How are you able to afford this? How are you able to afford the vacations that you go on with your friend, specifically Hannah? Um, hey guys, this is Liz and welcome back to Kamara Place. I'm going to start off this video by telling you guys why I think you should go to New York Fashion Week, and then go into more detail about shows that I've seen, and then go also into more detail into how I was able to afford this, because I know that's probably what some of you guys are thinking about. Y'all, I can't find the back of my mic, so now I gotta tape it to my chest. So this is so weird. I'm not really used to talking and doing makeup at the same time, so bear with me. Anyways, all of the products I'm using is going to be here like I usually edit my videos. I'm going to start off by priming my face. I've already washed my face and I put sunscreen from earlier in the day. I'm going to start off with the why. I think you should go to New York Fashion Week even if you are a small influencer like myself, or if you happen to have 1 million followers, because it's an opportunity for you to network, because you're in the space with people that are where you want to be, right? So New York Fashion Week is definitely a great place, because you're going there to see other designers, seeing how they can take a concept that they thought of in their head and make it into the actual brand where people are wearing it. In the meantime, I'm going to start with my eyes while I go into detail about these shows. I'm going to start off with my least favorite and then go into detail about my favorite one. The first show on this list of my least favorite is the one that was in Times Square. I'm gonna go with the pros. There's a couple pieces that I saw that day that I really enjoyed. It was like a Fendi inspired, I don't know if it was legal, but it was like a Fendi inspired look that I really enjoyed. It gave me very much like Y2K. It was like Fendi denim. I wish I would have took pictures of it, but I was so irritated by that shoot that I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to be here. Okay, so my eyeshadow, I can't find it, so I'm gonna go in with my bronzer and hope for the best. The first con and the first reason this is my least favorite show is because of seating structure, like I said. So we're chilling or whatever. The show starts, Soon as the show starts, they're like, oh yeah, you guys can come and sit down. So we're like, okay, cool, whatever. Tell me why this lady was directing us to the back. And I hope you open your ear and listen to me. I said we paid for VIP. And if I remember correctly, VIP was not cheap, right? So she's taking us to the back. Again, I'm looking at Hannah. Hannah looking at me. And I'm like, we're VIP. And she's like, oh yeah. This is where VIP is sitting. And I'm like, girl, what? And I've never went to an event where VIP was in the back. Child, a pedestrian walking, a pedestrian walking down the street had a better view of the show than Hannah and I, who pay extra money for VIP. And I wish I was lying. I wish I was lying. Like, it got so bad that people started waking up and either leaving or moving to get closer to the stage. Before I move on, I'm gonna do my eye. I'm gonna do this side of my eye, and then come back. Now let's get into detail about my favorite show. I'm gonna do my foundation. I'm going in with my usual. My favorite show was the last show that we saw for the night. We saw on Saturday, which was, I keep calling it the wrong thing, but I believe it was held by Fashion Week Diaries. Again, I'm going to tell you guys my pro, and then I'm going to go in with my con. Now with Fashion Week Daily show, you get what you paid for. Oh my god, there was so many beautiful black people there. It was just chef kiss. You can just smell the creativity in the air. Like everyone just smelled and looked good. Not that I was going around sniffing people. I assume they smell good, but you know, they just look. I don't know how to put it into words. Overall, it was just a great show. They had like 12 different designers, and each designer offered people different like things, right? So they had like, I keep saying like a lot. They had a piece of clothing for every woman basically. Only con that I had was the fact that we again paid money for seating, but it felt like everybody was just sitting whatever, right? And the reason I say this is because and I remember this because I was so tired about it. We paid money to sit in section D, row 2, and then we get there and the whole row is full up. So I'm like, y'all bitches sitting on a seat. And then like the lady we sat next to, we ended up finding a seat, and the lady we sat next to was trying to like hold the seat, and she was like, oh no, somebody's gonna sit next to me. We sat next to her. Nobody came to sit next to her that she knew. So I just felt like she was trying to hold the seat, and I was like, I don't understand why you're trying to hold the seat. You pay money, we pay money, we can pull up by email. Like, it's not that deep, but it is that deep. So, like, how are you able to afford this? How are you able to afford the vacations that you go on with your friend? Specifically Hannah. I have a sugar daddy. Let me stop joking around because I feel like somebody's gonna take this clip of me saying I have a sugar daddy and try to send it to my mom. No, I do not have a sugar daddy. Every vacation that I've ever went on that I posted on my channel, I've paid for, with the exception of 2, which was the Bahamas and the New Hampshire video. Anything else, I booked bread for it. Like, I closed my eyes and I swiped, right? And I use my own money, and I want to specify, and I'm gonna let y'all know off rip, I'm just a regular girl. I work a 9 to 5 like everybody else. Hold up. So like I was saying, I work a 9 to 5 like everybody else. So does Hannah, because I know people tend to think that if 2 women are traveling consistently, then their vacation needs to be sponsored by a man. Well, we pay for everything. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how we were able to afford it. We weren't. That is the truth of the matter. We were not able to afford it. Nah, I'm just talking about y'all. We were able to go to New York Fashion Week due to effective planning. 1, we knew that we both worked a 9 to 5, so we couldn't afford, nor did we have the luxury of taking a week off just to go to New York Fashion Week. So we decided, you know what, boom, we're gonna do a weekend. We're gonna fly into New York City on Friday and fly out of New York City on Sunday, because we planned everything else, like everything, months in advance. New York Fashion Week, at least for me, if you're just starting out, is not something that you can just wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go to New York Fashion Week. You can, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's such a hassle, right? So what we did, we broke all the payment down by weeks. So for the example, we were like, okay, which one is more likely to sell out? So we knew that, like, if we're going to New York Fashion Week, everybody's going to New York Fashion Week. So the first thing we paid for was the hotel, just to get it out the way, so we don't have to worry about, oh my god, the hotel has been booked, there's no place to stay. So we did everything in advance, to the point that the only thing that we had to worry about when we got to New York City is what are we gonna eat for dinner, right? In the meantime, I forgot I was supposed to be doing my makeup. But yes, you gotta be considerate of your pocket, you know? If you know you don't have money, don't flex. Okay, I'm back. I've done my lashes off camera, like I told you guys before. It was a lot of work. Now I am, what am I about to do? Do my lips. And these are my final thoughts in the first takeaway that I have is patience is key, and so is the ability to readjust. That's the word I'm looking for, the ability to readjust. But when you're in Fashion Week, things are gonna come up, right? So you can't let that ruin your entire trip. Lastly, location matters. So Hannah and I made the mistake of getting a hotel that was downtown Manhattan when everything else was uptown Manhattan. So sometimes it's worth you spending extra money on a hotel if the location is convenient, rather than you trying to find a deal and then having to pay extra money on Ubers like we did. And before this camera died, I also want to say that go to restaurants that you can split a meal. So when we went to Tao in public, Hannah and I shared a meal. Like, it was cheap, was cheaper that way, and the food was great, and like we still left the restaurant very full. Okay, now I feel like this camera's gonna die, so thank you for watching, and as always, see you guys in the next one. Peace.